In 2025, thousands of cruisers are being denied boarding even though they paid in full, arrived on time, and followed what they thought were the rules. No refunds, no sympathy, no second chances, and the worst part? Most of these people don't realize what they did wrong until they're standing at the terminal watching the ship sail without them. If you skip this video, you don't just risk inconvenience. You risk losing your entire cruise before it even begins. But if you follow this step-by-step checklist in the exact order I'm about to give you, you'll move through the system cleaner, safer, faster, and with far less stress than the average passenger. These are 11 more reasons cruisers are being denied boarding in 2025, and how you make sure it's not you. Phase 1. Document assumptions that no longer work. This phase is about unlearning outdated habits. Most denied boardings start here. Step 1. Assuming a valid passport means acceptable passport action. Check not just expiration, but condition, damage, and blank pages. Why it matters. In 2025, cruise lines are enforcing stricter document integrity rules than many airlines. What goes wrong if skipped? Passports with water damage, loose covers, torn pages, or ink marks are being rejected at check-in. Pro tip: even cosmetic damage can trigger denial. Terminal agents are trained to reject anything that could cause immigration delays later. Step 2. Trusting online check-in, confirmation too much action. Re-verify your booking and documents 48 hours before sailing. Why it matters. Automated systems approve things human agents later reject. What goes wrong if skipped? You arrive thinking you're cleared only to be flagged manually at the terminal. Insider detail: online approval is not final approval. The terminal agent has full override authority. Step 3. Assuming closed-loop cruises are easy modi action. Confirm documentation rules specific to your ports, not just the departure country. Why it matters. Some ports now require full passports even on closed-loop itineraries. What goes wrong if skipped? Birth certificates that worked last year are now being refused. Pro tip: Caribbean itineraries with late port changes are a major trigger for surprise denials. Phase 2. Timing mistakes that cost entire cruises in 2025. Time windows are tighter and far less forgiving. Step 4. Arriving on time instead of early action. Arrive at the terminal earlier than your assigned check-in window. Why it matters. Security escalation protocols can shut down boarding lanes without warning. What goes wrong if skipped? You miss your processing window even though the ship is still docked. Insider detail: once manifests are transmitted, late arrivals are often locked out permanently. Step 5. Ignoring same-day flight risks action. Never fly in the day of your cruise. Why it matters. Cruise lines are denying boarding even for weather-related delays. What goes wrong if skipped? You arrive minutes late and lose the entire trip. Pro tip: travel insurance does not force a cruise line to let you board. Step 6. Misunderstanding final boarding time action. Confirm the ship's manifest cutoff time, not departure time. Why it matters. These are not the same. What goes wrong if skipped? You arrive while the ship is still visible and are still denied boarding. Insider detail: some ships finalize passenger data 90 minutes before sailing. Phase 3. Digital and identity mismatches. This phase is catching more people than ever. Step 7. Name mismatches across systems action. Ensure your booking name matches your ID exactly, including middle names. Why it matters. Automated border systems flag even minor inconsistencies. What goes wrong if skipped? You're pulled aside for secondary review and misboarding. Pro tip: hyphenated names and missing middle initials are common denial triggers. Step 8. Outdated passenger profiles action. Update your cruise line profile before every sail. Why it matters. Old citizenship or residency data causes flags. What goes wrong if skipped? The system treats you as undocumented or high risk. Insider detail: profiles do not always auto-update from previous cruises. Step 9. Failing facial verification action. Prepare for biometric scans and remove anything that alters your appearance. Why it matters. Facial recognition failures delay or block clearance. What goes wrong if skipped? Multiple scan failures can escalate to denial. Pro tip: hats, tinted glasses, and heavy makeup have caused real denials. Phase 4, health and compliance triggers. These rules are quieter now, but harsher. Step 10, incomplete health attestations action. Complete all health forms honestly and early. Why it matters. Inconsistencies trigger manual review. What goes wrong if skipped? You're delayed until boarding closes. Insider detail. Late health submissions are treated as risk indicators. Step 11. Medication and medical device issues action. Carry documentation for prescriptions and devices. Why it matters. Some ports restrict specific medications. What goes wrong if skipped? You're denied boarding to avoid port violations. Pro tip. This is more common on Asia and Middle East itineraries. Phase 5. Financial and policy blind spots money issues are now denial issues. Step 12. Unpaid or unresolved onboard balances action. Clear all prior cruise balances before sailing. Why it matters. Cruise lines cross-check guest history. What goes wrong if skipped? Boarding privileges are frozen. Insider detail. Disputed charges can still block boarding. Step 13. Decline credit card authorizations action. Ensure your card supports international holds. Why it matters. A failed pre-authorization can trigger denial. What goes wrong if skipped? You're flagged as a financial risk. Pro tip. Some debit cards fail silently. Phase 6. Behavioral red flags most people ignore. Yes, behavior before boarding matters. Step 14. Aggressive or confrontational behavior action. Stay calm, polite, and cooperative at the terminal. Why it matters. Agents can deny boarding for perceived risk. Hiachi. What goes wrong if skipped? You're removed with no appeal. Insider detail. Security reports follow your booking permanently. Step 15. Social media oversharing action. Avoid posting jokes about security, illness, or smuggling. Why it matters. Some cruise lines monitor public posts tied to bookings. What goes wrong if skipped? You're flagged before arrival. Pro tip. This has already happened in 2025. Phase 7. Last-minute changes that backfire changes equal scrutiny. Step 16. Swapping cabins or guest late action. Finalize all changes at least 72 hours before sailing. Why it matters. Late edits disrupt manifests. What goes wrong if skipped? Manual review delays your boarding. Insider detail. Cabin swaps are higher risk than name changes. Step 17. Port change ignorance action. Recheck visa and entry rules after itinerary updates. Why it matters. Even one added port can change requirements. What goes wrong if skipped? You're denied boarding for a country you didn't plan for. Pro tip. This is one of the fastest growing denial reasons. Phase 8. Luggage-related denials. Yes, luggage can stop you. Step 18. Prohibited items and carry-on action. Review updated banned item lists. Why it matters. Some items now trigger full security review. What goes wrong if skipped? You miss boarding during inspection. Insider detail. Drones and radios are frequent triggers. Step 19. Late baggage drop action. Drop bags well before cutoff times. Why it matters. Unloaded bags can halt passenger clearance. What goes wrong if skipped? You're denied to avoid baggage separation. Phase 9. Loyalty status myth status doesn't protect you. Step 20. Assuming loyalty overrides rules action. Follow the same checks as first-time cruisers. Why it matters. Status does not bypass compliance. What goes wrong if skipped? You're denied like everyone else. Pro tip. Agents are stricter with frequent cruisers who should know better. Phase 10. Third-party booking risks who you book with matters. Step 21. Outdated agency information action. Verify details directly with the cruise line. Why it matters. Agencies don't always push updates. What goes wrong if skipped? Your data is wrong at check-in. Insider detail. Many denials trace back to agency errors. Phase 11. Final pre-boarding checklist. This is your last line of defense. Step 22. Skipping a personal audit action. Recheck documents, times, names, payments, and health forms the night before. Why it matters. Small errors compound fast. What goes wrong if skipped? You discover problems too late to fix them. Pro tip. Print physical backups, even if everything is digital. Traps to avoid before we wrap up. Don't rely on last year's experience. Don't trust automated approvals blindly. Don't assume that they'll make an exception. And never assume denied boarding is rare anymore. It isn't.